Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the GW Tiger P, the Geschützwagen Tiger Porsche, and it's the Tier 8 German SPG, and we're located on the southwest spawn of Glacier. And the name of the commander is Zdzikus, and he's got 1 mark of excellence on his barrel, so we know that he's better than 65% of all the other players in the last 2 weeks. He's managed to attain that level of consistency. And battle has commenced. Now it's built on the chassis of the Tiger P. I think you can see that from the raised mudguard at the front. Now the Tiger P was not successful in the competition to actually make the Tiger. That went to Henschel. And their chassis has slightly different. It doesn't have that big mudguard at the front. But we can see that Zdzikus has actually got the 21cm Morser, which is the top gun. And you only carry 15 rounds of ammunition. And he's found his firing position and he's aiming at the enemy. And our first target is a TVP T50-51. This is a Tier 10 battle. He's a Tier 8 Arty. Fires a round out at the TVP. Oh, look at that! 538 hit points. And that was a near miss. A near miss. He did a lot of damage to that TVP. And that TVP's running away. I don't think he wants to suffer any more damage. Now, it appears that we've actually captured the top of the aircraft carrier, which means we've got an ELC Evan 90 up there. And also, I think some other... We've got a T-34-2 trying to get up on top of the carrier. But at the moment we're aiming at an M103. We're waiting for the reload to complete. Almost there. Okay, it's loaded. It's ready to go. But unfortunately he hasn't got any shots on them. Mostly because the aircraft carrier is in the way. No, he can't get a shot on them. The aircraft carrier is in the way on those. So instead he's going for a VK4502. Or is he going to go for that Pantera? Well, the Pantera's backed away behind the aircraft carrier mountain or rocks. No, can't get the M103. It's got a red line. He's got a green line there, which means he could hit that spot, but unfortunately the M103 is too far forward, so we can't hit that. But we can hit this object 263, so he's dialing in. He's got a few seconds to wait. You can see there's an aim counter just to the right. Rounds out. Oh, direct hit. 489 hit points off that one. Yes, the aim counter slightly to the right of that of the center of the aim point actually tells you how long you've got to wait before the aim is complete, and that can be quite useful because it can tell you when you're ready to shoot. Doesn't give anything other than information. It doesn't help you steer the shell in. It just tells you when it's best to shoot and when you're likely to hit the target, or if you're likely to hit the target inside the reticule. Okay, he's fully dialed in there, going for a splash shot, and oh my god, he took out the object 263 with splash. That was a really good shot, that. Now it appears they're doing rather well over on the northwest corner, because they've actually captured or got 3 tanks up on top of the aircraft carrier now, and that means they can shoot down on the enemy tanks up there. It's a Wizzy 111-14 holding off a T110 E4, and it looks to me like there's a T10 facing off against another enemy. Okay, now he's having a look to see can he get a shot to that M103, and he doesn't need to worry because the ELC Evan 90 up on top of the aircraft carrier gets him. Okay, we've got a Batchat 12 ton here. We've lost sight of him temporarily, but there's the Pantera. Now, can we get an aim on him? He's moving forward. Oh. Now, 24 hit points. The problem there was that the firing arc of the GW Tiger P is very, very narrow. And if you try to do a leading shot, what will happen is you'll go outside the field of fire and you'll get reticule bloom, and that makes it very difficult to get the shot on target. So the GW Tiger P is not the best arty to fire at moving targets. It is a good arty if the target's stationary. Right, there's a VK there. Still, it's gone out of sight, but there's definitely one there. Behind that bush, I think. I think he's behind the bush, because if he was in front of the bush, some of our tanks would see him. There's a T10. Ooh, and he's making a dash to attack the lurver. Now, can he get a shot? No, he's got a red line. And the reason for that is that he's too close. He's behind the hill. He needs to move. He needs to adjust his position to shoot at them. Now, we just lost the P-44 Pantera. Their enemy RT, the M40, M43, managed to get him. And the Foch has been seen in the enemy cap area. And he's just taken a shot at our T-34 too. In fact, actually, we've managed to wipe out all the tanks on the northwest corner of the map. We've got a Badger up on top of the aircraft carrier, and we're dialing in on the Foch on the rear of him. Round out. Direct hit, 1,078 hit points, and he's killed immediately afterwards, so he picked up all the stun assist. That was a fantastic shot, because it went over the rock into the Foch, right onto his rear compartment. Right, we're not loaded, but we've got a VK4502B stationary in the open. It's another 11 seconds before we're loaded. But it looks to me like the 4502 will be shooting at some of our teammates. I think he's coming up over a rise there, so he's having to come up to shoot. Rounds out. Direct hit, 460. It looks like he hit just behind the turret. That's going to spoil his day, that. He won't find it easy to shoot. And most of the tanks who were fighting on the northwest corner have come back to the cap area. We've got a couple of tanks in the enemy cap area, and in fact they're now engaging the enemy, and they've just taken out the enemy M40, M43. There are still 4 enemies out there. The Batchat 12 ton, the VK4502B, and we've got a Hawk 12 somewhere. We haven't seen him. Hasn't been spotted. And a T69 apparently as well. There's the 4502. Okay, we've got to just dial in the aim. 4 or 5 seconds to dial in the aim. Almost there. Rounds out. Oh, a splash kill! 112 hit points from a splash kill. I mean, he did splash the TVP at the start of the battle, and that did almost as much damage. So that's his second kill of the game. And we're now hunting the remaining enemy. There are still 2 out there, the T69 and the Hawk 12. Now, we think he's in the south, or they are in the southeast corner of the map. And our T10 is moving up onto the driveway that goes around the perimeter of the map. It's a bit of a racetrack, actually. In fact, we have actually played Grand Prix races on that track, and it's actually very funny driving around the map. And we found one of them. It's the T69, and he's in defilade, so we can't hit him with an Arty round. Nope, got no shot. We can hit the wall there, but that won't do any damage. And we found the Hawk 12. He's underneath that rock. And the unfortunate thing is, yes, he's gone to battle assistant now to see if we can shoot. And, oh, he's on his side! He's on his side! He must have flipped. That's why we didn't see him. And we got a kill! That's his 3rd kill of the game. Beautiful shot. Right into him. Hit his top armor because he was on his side. And so we've only got that T69 to wipe out now. And that's game over. Now he's aiming for the bottom end of the racetrack there, hoping that he's going to come out from that path. If the strip forces him out... Oh, no, he's going the north way. There he is. He's coming after the strip. We're almost loaded. Okay, loaded. Round out. And 304 hit points of splash, and it tracked him. And he's killed. And that's game over. So we picked up stun assist there. And that's the end. So let's have a look and see what the end of battle was. Oh, look at this. Zdzikus managed to get an ace tanker in the GW Tiger P in that battle. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11. And he picked up a Gore's medal. Ace tanker and Gore's. Wow. That's for doing at least more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of your own vehicle. And the win rate for that battle was 7129. So a particularly good battle. In fact, actually the best one of all was that Foch. He managed to do 1,078 hit points from just one hit alone on that battle. That was a really brilliant shot right over the rock into the Foch, onto its crew compartment and take him out the game. So let's have a look at the team score. He didn't do the highest amount of damage. That went to the Badger. He did 4,249 hit points overall. Zdzikus came second with 3,808 hit points of damage. And the Wizzy 11114, he managed 2,251 on his team. But we had 2 members of the enemy team who managed more. The T10 managed 2,781 and the T110E4 2,748. But the Badger didn't get the high caliber, funnily enough, for that battle. So maybe that wasn't 20% of the enemy hit points pool. I think so, yes, because he didn't do any damage to other teammates, but he did do a win rate of 4416 during that battle. So when it comes to kills, 3 are tied with 3 kills apiece. So they could have platooned at the end. All 3 of them could have platooned and picked up a brothers in arms as well. So unfortunate that. You really do need to remember, I always forget to platoon, and just occasionally I will remember. And if I do platoon with somebody, they usually get killed shortly afterwards, which means we lose the brothers in arms. But on this occasion, 3 kills apiece. So between them, they did 3/5 of the enemy team, which is very good. But when it came to base XP, Zdzikus, top of the tree, 1,168 base XP. He topped out even the ELC Evan 90, who managed 1,013. So let's have a look at detail report. Well, he fired only 9 rounds during that battle. He had 15 rounds to start with. He only fired 9 of them. He got 4 direct hits, 4 penetration and 7 splash. And of course that lovely shot on the Foch. He did damage of 3,808 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 7 of the enemy and killed 3 of them. And he did stun assistance damage of 1,009 hit points off 8 stuns. On a standard account, he earned 36,433 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammo is fairly expensive, I'm afraid, he took away 17,713 credits. He received 5 bonds during that battle, and that's for getting the Gore's medal. At this tier, getting a Gore's medal is particularly difficult, so that's why it's worth 5 bonds for vehicles that are tier 8 and above. He also received 1,168 base XP, and there was no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. But it's a particularly good battle, and he did do exceptionally well, especially that shot on the Foch, which was lovely. And the first shot on the TVP actually persuaded that TVP that it wasn't a good idea to sit around trying to spar with anybody the other side of that ridgeline, because if he did, he was going to get wiped out. And that forced him back into the battle further north, and that enabled Zdzikus' teammates to take him out the game. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.